is the side of Donald Trump that Democrats do not want you to see. I can't guarantee that this video is going to be a long video, but I want to do something a little different as opposed to talking just straight politics and, you know, forget Kamala Biden versus Trump. Like, I wanted to do something just to shed a little light on the type of man that Donald Trump really is. This is a testament to who he really is. And people try to dehumanize him. I'm not saying that he's not flawed at all. Trust me, we all have our fair share of flaws. But this man has definitely been somebody whom was a champion in Hollywood. He was invited to all the parties and, you know, families and all these Hollywood families and things of that nature. They loved him. And then he ran for president and everything changed. You know, he didn't have any felonies when he was a civilian at all. He ran for president. Now he have all these felonies, right? And if you are somebody who's an undecided voter, I would definitely take that into consideration. Now, I want to bring up this story from the past, man. It's an amazing story. This man went to the same school as Trump years ago. When his dad died young, Trump's father previously went to their mother and paid the full tuition for him and his two siblings. Now, this goes to, before we get to the man of Trump, we're going to talk about the man that took part in help creating him.
I have an amazing story to tell you real quick about what President Trump's father, Fred Trump, did for myself, for my brother, for my sister, for my mother. 1974, my dad suffered a major heart attack. I went to the same school as Donald Trump, the Q Forest School. 3 days after my father's burial, there was a knock on the door one school morning, 7 a.m. I answered the door. It's a distinguished gentleman. I was 10 years old. My father just died. The gentleman said, "Kid, call your mom." I called my mom from upstairs. She came down. Gentleman said to my mom, "I am Fred Trump, Donald's father." And my mom says, "Yes, I know Donald went to the Q Forest School." And Mr. Fred Trump said to my mom, "Yes, Mrs. Rem, very sorry about Joseph's death. And what you don't know is I'm still on the board of trustees at the Q Forest School. And this morning, I let headmaster Mr. Philip Rogers know that from this day forward, myself, Fred Trump, out of my own pocket, is going to pay for your 3 children's tuition because I don't want the kids have to go back into the public school system." And the tuition in 1974 was $2,500 per child, $7,500, which is about $80,000, $100,000 in today's money. And who would do that except the President Trump's father? The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, and they give the Trump family grief. The Trump family is a wonderful family, the entire family, And who else? Can you picture Joseph Biden or Kamala Harris doing that? No. All they care about is buying another mansion. I'm going to tell you, the Trump family is wonderful. I love you, Donald. I wish I could shake your hand. It was my mother's last dying wish to shake your hand and to thank your father, Fred Trump, for what he did for us kids in 1974 in Forest Hills, New York. I love you, President.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing that with.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that definitely got me emotional. Wiping a few ducks away, you know what I'm saying? As a father myself, I can't imagine leaving my kids. And yeah, man, just touch the soul. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely touched the soul. I'm over here fighting back tears, y'all, legit. Ooh, cause it's a beautiful story, man. I mean, I'm fortunate, obviously. I'm not, come on, common sensors. Unfortunate, obviously, but this man lost his father at a very young age, and you have Donald Trump's father who rolled up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take this burden off your mother's shoulders, and on top of that, continue to help you lead towards the life that your father would have wanted you to have." You know, that's incredible stuff right there, man. And like you said, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. You know what I mean? I don't know much about his father. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he has his flaws just like anybody else. President Trump, man, good man. So many stories like this exist that we don't know yet. I'm sure of it. You know what I mean? Trump is a legend, and his generosity and compassion is unparalleled, man. And we're starting to see that he got it from his parents. Somebody says there's a lot of stories like these about Trump. I heard one about Trump one time shopping and helping a black man change his tire. Stopping and helping a black man change his tire. That don't sound too far-fetched. Trump is a good man. He knew that. Wait, and they know that, which is why they try to destroy him and his character with fallacies. He can't be manipulated like they can be, meaning he has his own money. And when he came into the White House, he didn't even accept a little White House check. You know, love for him, but a lot me. They tried to destroy his character with fallacies. He can't be manipulated like they can. He's already made his money. He doesn't need theirs. Amen to that. Now, I want to bring you guys to this very next story right here. It's actually with RFK. And RFK Jr., he shares this story about when Trump let his entire family use his plane. But here's the kicker. Trump let them use his plane. RFK and RFK Jr., his family, Trump let them use the plane while RFK was suing him.
I've known President Trump for many years, and on 2 occasions I sued him. He was trying to build golf courses up in the New York City reservoir watershed, and I sued him successfully to stop that. And at one point, my wife, she wanted to go to Palm Beach for the weekend to see my mom over Easter, and I said, I didn't want to buy tickets for all the kids. And she said, what if I find a free ride? And I said, okay. Then she said, I found a free ride. And I said, who? And she said, Donald Trump. And I said, I'm suing him. And she said, he told me he knows you're suing him, but it's okay anyway. And we ended up flying down with them, and I had a great time. I still sued him, and
it's such an interesting story because you kind of separate the friendship from the legal stuff. It's like, yeah, you sue me, I get it, that's what you do. Yeah. But I'm not like, you want to use my plane, fine. I mean, some people would not understand that.
No, I think I have been able to do that. Otherwise, I would have nobody to talk to at all.
Oh, man. And he's a comedian, man. Trump is a legit comedian. He be having me dying laughing at all the wrong and right moments. I ain't gonna lie. A pure comedian. You know, this is the side that the Democrats do not want you to see. This is the side that legacy media refuses to show you guys. Somebody said, in true President Trump form, it wasn't about business with Kennedy. Trump recognizes it was about his family. There's a difference in this life. Why have we become the hate country? Now, Trump just proved through his actions, previous actions, just proved it, man. He cannot like you and we can still coexist. You know what I mean? The man literally said, look, y'all know you suing me, but that don't matter, man. Your family need the plan. Y'all go have fun. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, if anything, America can learn a lot from that interaction alone. I mean, come on, dog. Like, I get that you got some legal stuff going on with me, but I ain't got to sit here and try to attack I don't care, man. It's a fantastic story. And this was back when Americans could be, still be Americans, okay? Let's read some comments. This video is not only hilarious, but it also showcases Trump unexpectedly warm and human side. Excuse me. This is a tangible proof of universalism, which is a state of mind very hard to achieve. It takes an intellectual decades to understand the long-term implications and force themselves into being selfless, aiming for objectiveness, and attempting to be just on all counts. Yeah, man. And if we get any new Trump stories that decide to pop up, I'm trying to make sure we ain't skipping nothing. Now, oh, you know what? Before we go, I do want to show y'all this clip. This is a clip that I had in my bookmarks. I played it before, but I only wanted to bring it back up because, Kamala Harris just did that interview with Oprah. Now, Trump was on an Oprah show in 1988. Future historians will study this.
Last year, criticizing U.S. foreign policy. What would you do differently, Donald?
I'd make our allies, forgetting about the enemies you can't talk to so easily, I'd make our allies pay their fair share. We're a debtor nation. Something's going to happen over the next number of years with this country, because you can't keep going on losing $200 billion, and yet we let Japan come in and dump everything right into our markets and everything. It's not free trade. If you ever go to Japan right now and try to sell something, forget about it, Oprah. Just forget about it. It's almost impossible. They don't have laws against it. They just make it impossible. They come over here, they sell their cars, their VCRs, they knock the hell out of of our companies. And hey, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese people. I mean, you can respect somebody that's beating the hell out of you, but they are beating the hell out of this country. Kuwait, they live like kings. The poorest person in Kuwait, they live like kings. And yet they're not paying. We make it possible for them to sell their oil. Why aren't they paying us 25% of what they're making? It's a joke.
This sounds like political, presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, you know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
What do you think of this year's presidential race, the way it's shaping up?
Well, it's going to be very interesting. I think that probably George Bush has an advantage in terms of the election. I think that probably people would say that he's got like that little edge in terms of the incumbency, et cetera, et cetera. But I think Jesse Jackson's done himself very proud. I think Michael Dukakis has done one hell of a job. And George Bush has done a hell of a job. You know, they all went in there sort of as semi-underdogs, including George Bush, and they've all come out. I think people that are around all three of those candidates can be very proud of the jobs they've done.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life. And if I did decide to do it, I think I'd be inclined, I would say that I would have a hell of a chance of winning, because I think people, I don't know how your audience feels, but I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. And I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing: this country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
Obviously, that video is chipmunked because of copyright issues and things of that nature. Anytime y'all see a video and it's manipulated like that, it's because of copyright issues, and it's the only way that I can get it up on a platform for you guys to see it in time. But again, this video was dedicated to show you that this is a side of Trump that the Democrats or legacy media, mainstream media, whatever you want to call it, you know, liberals, they do not want you to see. They want to drown out who Trump is with sound bites and try to drown him out by trying to convince you to believe he's other than who he actually is.